Hey there, and welcome to my channel. Well, we've reached the end of 2023, and now all eyes are looking forward to what's ahead for the stock market in 2024. 2023 was quite a year for the markets, with the first half seeing an impressive bull run right up until the summer, followed by a disappointing and prolonged downturn in the autumn months. It remains to be seen what the last quarter of 2023 will bring, but my intuition is telling me that it will be a positive final quarter for the year. But then again, only time will tell. Now, just a reminder, I'm a tarot reader and not a financial expert or advisor. This reading is for spiritual and entertainment purposes only. With all this in mind, and in the spirit of year-end predictions, the question we asked the tarot was, what do the cards have to say about the energies surrounding the stock market in 2024? Now, for this reading, I took a unique approach. I pulled 4 cards, each representing one of the 4 quarters in 2024. For clarity purposes, I drew 2 more cards, and I then included the bottom card. Once this was done, I reshuffled the deck and did a second spread while asking the same question to the tarot. I then merged the 2 spreads so there were now 2 cards assigned to each quarter, along with 4 clarity cards and then 2 bottom cards. I felt that this approach would unlock a richer, more profound insight into the potential energies that may shape the 2024 stock market. So now, let's get into it. The first 2 cards we're going to look at, I pulled for the first quarter of 2024. Now, looking at these 2 cards, the 5 of Pentacles is not a card you really want to see in a finance reading. It's a card of poverty and bankruptcy, essentially. And, when you see this card, you can expect financial loss and worry, definitely worry. And, the second card that I pulled for the first quarter in the second spread was the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And the first thing that comes to my mind when I see this card in a finance reading is stagnation. There's a real lack of motivation here. And sometimes it can speak to being stuck. And I really think that these cards are suggesting together that the first quarter is going to be tough, as they indicate a period of financial stagnation, challenges, and missed opportunities. The 5 of Pentacles paired with the reversed Knight of Pentacles suggests that the markets will be stuck in a negative mood and that stocks might see significant losses. These cards are indicating that the first quarter may be quite the roller coaster ride for the stock market, and it may be prudent to be cautious. Now, moving into the second quarter of 2024, the 2 cards that I pulled was first the Hermit reversed. And the Hermit reversed speaks to isolation and uncertainty and loneliness. The Hermit's a recluse. And sometimes that means he's ignoring guidance. He's not being introspective, and he's not listening to others. And sometimes it can indicate coming out of isolation and returning to society. Now, when you pair this with the second card, which is the 6 of Wands reversed, you're not going to see success in the second quarter. The 6 of Wands is the card of triumph. And when it's reversed, it speaks to crises and failure. You're not going to see any rewards or achievements when this card pops up reversed. And it can also speak of, financial losses and failed investments. So these cards are saying that in the second quarter, in spite of warnings, investors may be impulsive and inclined to jump back into the market anyway, regardless of all the headwinds and warning signs that are going on. But their moves may prove to be premature, and if these cards are accurate, they are not likely to see much financial success. This combination serves as a warning against making rash decisions or acting impulsively. So moving into the third quarter, the 2 cards I pulled was first the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords upright is a card of logic and honesty and clarity. But when you see her reversed, she speaks to a queen that is malicious and manipulative, and can be quite harsh and bitter, even cruel. And in a financial reading, this card reverse can speak to financial confusion, failure to make logical financial decisions, and it can indicate that you're easily influenced. And the second card that came up for this quarter was the Seven of Swords. And again, this is not a card you want to see in a finance reading, because the Seven of Swords, this is the card of betrayal. And when you see this card, you can expect lies and scheming, sneakiness, getting away with something. Be aware when you see this card in a finance reading, being aware of possible shady business deals or fraud or even theft or scams. So, these cards seem to be saying that in the third quarter, there might be some investors getting duped, misled, and betrayed by some sort of scheme or shady investment. Could we be looking at another FTX type scandal, perhaps? Some huge pump and dump scheme? The message here is for investors to be vigilant for potential risks or unscrupulous actions within the market. In the third quarter, it may be crucial for market participants to exercise caution again and maintain a clear and rational approach. Now, moving on into the fourth quarter, the first card I pulled was the King of Cups, upright. And this is a good card to see. The King of Cups is emotionally balanced. He has compassion. He's diplomatic. He represents balance between your head and your heart. He's a good advisor and counselor too. And in a finance reading, he represents financial stability and being realistic but hopeful about your finances. And the second card I pulled for the fourth quarter was the Knight of Wands reversed. Now, the Knight of Wands reversed can speak to scattered energy and delays and frustration, impatience. And sometimes when this card shows up, it's telling you that you might be a little overconfident about money. You might be wasting your money, and you might be looking at financial losses. So together, these cards seem to be saying that in the fourth quarter, intervention in the markets will be necessary in order to bring back calm and stability, and that's indicated by the King of Cups appearing here. Maybe the King of Cups is like the Fed. Maybe it's Jay Powell, and maybe we'll be looking at interest rate cuts or more quantitative easing in the fourth quarter. And if that's the case, it can't happen soon enough for the markets because investors are going to be pretty impatient and angry by the fourth quarter, dealing with the markets so far in 2024. Now, the next cards that I pulled were clarity cards, and I pulled 2 for each spread, so we have 4. And the first one is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is the card of being at a crossroads and having to make a tough decision. It can also sometimes talk about avoidance, making difficult choices, being stuck in the middle. Sometimes it can indicate denial or hidden information. And sometimes you're just kind of unclear about what's going on, especially with your finances. And the second card I pulled was the Ace of Pentacles. Now, when you put these two cards together, it's very interesting because the Ace of Pentacles, it represents new beginnings and a new financial or career opportunity. And Ace of Pentacles stands for manifestation, abundance, new opportunities, resources, prosperity, security, investing in your future, a new financial journey. So the Two of Swords here indicates that the stock market will come to a crossroads in 2024, and it won't be clear as to which direction stocks will be heading. The Ace of Pentacles, however, points to stability and prosperity, and suggests that a positive new beginning may be in store for investors at some point in 2024. So that's a good sign. So this is the Ace of Pentacles here is a good sign. Now here's two very different cards that I pulled I pulled them to add clarity, but in some ways they almost add confusion, because the reversed King of Cups can be jealous. He's moody. He represents turmoil. And he can be indecisive, especially when it comes to making financial decisions. And he can also be a card of disappointment. And then he's paired here in this spread with the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles is very positive. It's a very stable card, and it speaks to teamwork and collaboration, apprenticeship or pooling energies. The Three of Pentacles gets things done. And so the combination of the reverse King of Cups here and the Three of Pentacles, to me, is sending a message that throughout 2024, market participants will be impatient and frustrated, waiting for desired outcomes, and that the markets will see a lot of volatility. However, here the Three of Pentacles underscores the importance of emotional stability and effective collaboration in financial markets. When this card shows up, there's a need for clear-headed cooperative efforts in order to achieve better outcomes. And to me, the Three of Pentacles here is saying that the markets are working as they should. There is collaboration, and that stability will return to the markets at some point. However, that stability may not come at the pace that investors wish it would. So I think the saving grace in these four cards are the Ace of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles showing up as clarity cards, indicating positivity, stability, and new beginnings and positive change. And I think that's a good thing. Now, bottom cards. Now, the bottom cards to me in the finance reading speak to, the market foundation. But, they also can speak to hidden forces and hidden meetings. And so two bottom cards, is the Two of Cups and then the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Two of Cups speaks to partnerships and connection, joining forces, mutual respect. And in a finance reading, it can speak of balanced finances and financial security. You're not, really financially stressed when you see the Two of Cups pop up. And it can speak to, again, not only partnerships, but contracts too. So that's all very positive. And the Page of Pentacles, it speaks to manifestation and financial opportunities. The Page of Pentacles is diligent and goal-oriented. He's a planner, and he's consistent, and he's studious. So, you're looking at good habits, good financial habits when the Page of Pentacles pops up. So to me, these cards together are suggesting that the underlying foundations of the 2024 stock market, in spite of all the volatility, all the uncertainty and loss, are overall resilient. According to this spread, the outlook going into 2025 appears positive. The Two of Cups and the Page of Pentacles here indicate that success may come from nurturing hidden potentials, collaboration, and due diligence. So, in regards to the question, what do the cards have to say about the energy surrounding the stock market in 2024? I would say that the cards seem to be telling a story of a stock market that will be turbulent, challenging, and volatile throughout most of 2024. This spread is warning of an unpredictable and rocky ride ahead for investors. But after a tough 2024, the cards are suggesting that stability and prosperity may finally come back to the markets towards the end of 2024 and into 2025. Now, whether this is the case or not, only time will tell. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this content, please be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Your support is very much appreciated. See you next time.